What's up everyone? A commenter recently suggested that I take a look at my stats and show them off in a video, so that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. I don't think you're going to be very surprised by what you see today, but I hope that for newer players this is somewhat educational at the very least, so let's hop into it. You can see first off my win rate is 4,200 games played to 700 and something wins, which I think equates to something along the lines of 1 out of 6 matches that I've played are won, which isn't too bad. 1 in 6 is pretty decent considering that nowadays I'm doing mostly challenge runs. Snags gained, I don't have a lot compared to many of the other YouTubers because I've been on a hiatus after the Star Pack was released. So I'm a little bit behind on that front, but I still have more than enough to buy everything in the shop, so I'm not really complaining. Let's hop into the most important part of the video though, which is going to be the most pets bought. For tier 1 it's obviously the ant. I really like it. I've liked it for a long time, even after the nerf that it got. It got a little bit of a stat increase, but the ability is a lot worse. And I still play it a lot because a +1/+1 buff is actually extremely relevant early on, and it can get you a lot of wins, especially for arena where you want early wins as well. Otter is probably going to fall off a little bit because new Otter I'm not really a fan of. Duck, Beaver, basically interchangeable in my mind, and I'm happy to see that my stats reflect that perfectly. Fish is a little bit behind because at one point it was a 2-2 and I didn't really enjoy playing a 2-2. I'm happy to see a Bluebird on here though, because Bluebird is puppy pack specific, and for the longest time I've only been playing turtle pack, so it only makes sense that these are turtle pack pets at the top, but seeing Bluebird in what is it, it's 6th place, makes me really happy. We even have the Marmoset in 7th place, which is kinda nice. It's a custom pack specific pet and I don't really play custom packs anymore, but I'm happy to see it here because it's extremely powerful. Let's hop into tier 2 and you won't be surprised to see Swan at the top. By a long shot, I think it's almost 2 times more purchases than the second in position, which is the Snail. And I don't think Snail is entirely correct either, because I was mostly buying Snails when they were tier 3 and gave +1/+1 for a loss. Now it's 2/2 and gives only 1 HP for a loss, and you have to keep it until the end of the turn, which is a lot weaker, but it's still very playable, especially in Turtle Pack where you have stuff like Blowfish and Camel that really like having a lot of HP. So it might stay second, who knows? We have Flamingo third, which I think might surprise some of you. Flamingo before was a 4-2, now I believe it's a 3-2. As a 4-2 it was extremely powerful considering the fact that it even gives +2/+2 on feint in total. As a 3-2 it's still pretty good. Other than that, we have Spider plus Jellyfish. Both of these pretty much go in every one of my custom packs, because for most challenges you really want to have good stats, and getting something like a Clownfish or a Giraffe out of the Spider is very good for stats. Jellyfish as well accumulate stats so quickly and you can frog swap later on. Obviously Jellyfish is a little bit weaker now because of the nerf that it received. It no longer gets stats when it levels up itself, nor does it get stats when opponent's units level up mid-fight, but I think it's still very playable and you can still maybe frog swap with it, although I haven't really play tested that. I'm kinda happy to see Stork being so low though. A lot of people say how overpowered it is, and when a unit is overpowered I don't really want to have it as my number one purchase pet, because it feels kind of like it makes my wins kind of cheap. So seeing it like, I think it's still top 10, but I'm happy to see it so low. 319 purchases. I've been purchasing more Toads than the Storks, which is very nice. Let's look at the tier 3 pets. We have Giraffe here and Hatching Chick in second place. Giraffe, I think, is so high up because in the past it was a 2-5 and it was extremely powerful. A 2-5 that also gives stats. If you level up into such a unit on turn 3, it's very good. Your run is basically halfway set. Hatching Chick is kind of similar in that way, honestly. It's a 2-2, which is not bad for a tier 3. And it gives +4/+4 temporary buffs, which is better than a cupcake at the end of every turn, which is incredible. When you level it up, it starts giving permanent stats. When you level it up even further, it starts giving XP, and I really enjoy the versatility of this unit, so it only makes sense that it's in second position, and you'll see me praising it a lot, especially when I level into it in Versus. And other than that, you mostly see stuff that gives me stats, or gold, or XP on here. How I think is so high because in the past you had to buy sell it in order to gain +2/+2. Now it spawns mice, which I don't think is as good, but it's still pretty decent in some scenarios. Goldfish, it was very powerful before, making your units in the shop cheaper, but it's still not bad. Accumulating gold and having you sell it for like +10 gold on turn 11, which is extremely powerful, especially in Puppy Pack. You see me starting to use it in Versus as well. Let's take a look at the next tier, which is tier 4. I don't think this accurately reflects anything because I haven't purchased a single blobfish now that they moved it up to tier 4. But for turtle, I guess it is pretty accurate. Turtle was tier 3 before this as well, but I've been buying a lot of turtles even at tier 4, and I'm happy to see it be number 2. Squirrel also very powerful, even after the nerf I still enjoy playing it. I really enjoy food builds as a whole, very strong, very simple to play. And yeah, other than that, Crow, very obvious that it would be on here because it's a buy sellable. Don't look at the bison, it was me from a previous life who bought this, I no longer play bisons. And clownfish, I guess it also makes sense, it gives you some pretty nice stats. Other than that, we have some stat units like the penguin and the sea lion, some tempo units in the skunk and the deer. Lobster, which is probably going to start climbing the ranks because I've been buying a lot of lobsters in the Puppy Pack versus. Let's see what the least bought unit right here is. And it's the whale shark. It is to be expected. I really dislike its design. Like, it's very, like, I don't know, it's just a bait unit. You invest in it for several turns in a row and it gets in a decent start line, but late game you can't even put equipment on it, which is very unfortunate. Orangutan, after the buff that it received, I don't think deserves to be second last, but then again I've not been playing Star Pack all that much. I'm very happy with these. I don't remember what this pet was called, but it's the pet that gives you 50% trumpets when you need feints. And I'm very happy with this 16 because 5 of those I've been getting for the 5 of a kind. So yeah, technically I've only bought 11 of them and 5 for a challenge run. Same goes with the Jerboa. Jerboa is very good nowadays, but before it was kind of awful. And once again, I've bought 5 of these for a 5 of a kind, and the rest of the 12s I think are just like casual play, even though I think I uploaded a win with 2 Jerboas as well, so I guess technically 10 of them would be from casual play. Let's move on to tier 5, and I think you all know what the best pet is going to be here. Yeah, it's the cow. Let's see by how much. More than double of the second pet, which is the monkey. Cow, monkey, obviously very good. A lot of scaling. Monkey is more difficult to buy than cow because cow you just buy, sell, and you are done with it. Monkey, if you get, you can keep, so you only need one monkey for a run, hypothetically, and the rest could be chocolates. Seal is still number 3 even after the nerf that it received, which I'm very happy to see. I'm very proud of this. 838 sales bought. I think other people may have bought more, but they have may also been playing more Super Auto Pets than me. Other than that, Zebra is surprisingly behind Cow, but once again, I believe Zebra is Star Pack specific. I don't really play Star Pack, nor do I play custom packs all that much. But Zebra is also in all of my custom packs, so it's never been missing a chance to be played. So yeah, other than that we have Stingray, a lot of buy sellables here. Scorpion is kind of a buy sellable as well, you just buy it for a round and sell it next round in order to gain some tempo, maybe cheese out an easy win. Least bot would be the Fox, understandably so, but maybe with the buff that will change. Polar Bear is pretty good as well, maybe I should start buying more of these. But yeah, let's move on to tier 6. We have Oyster, not surprising at all. What is this? Like 4 times more bot than the second one, which is tier X. And I think it makes perfect sense, like Oyster is just +1 gold if you manage to find it. So you basically always want to buy sell oysters. Unlike any of the rest where a lot of them just don't fit your build, so I think it makes sense for T-Rex to be second, it's just very powerful, even after the nerf it received. Like, originally it needed 3 gold for it to activate its ability and buff the entire team unconditionally. Then after that they made it so that it buffs only tier 5 and 6 units, but it didn't require gold anymore. And now it only buffs 3 tier 5 or 6 units at max, so it's still pretty good I would say, and it's probably going to keep being used, and the number here is going to increase in the future. But other than that, I don't think any of these are very surprising. Cat, very good. Lioness, very good for shop scaling. Honestly, Pteranodon being here is kind of surprising because I don't play Pteranodon plus Lionfish. You can see my number of Lionfish purchased is pretty low as well, and that's mostly bought in the Puppy Pack versus lobbies. So I don't know why I've been buying so many Pteranodons. We can take a look at the foods, but I don't think you'd be very interested to see, and also I think it's relatively obvious why I've bought what I've bought. Apple is most bought here, pill here, garlic here, but I really want to show off this, that garlic has been in the game since the very beginning, and avocado that has been added all the way in the golden pack is almost catching up to the garlic, like 200 more purchases and they're basically equal. And salad is third place. I think lettuce is a lot better, but then again lettuce has been in the game for a way shorter period of time. Also salad is both in the turtle plus the puppy pack, whereas the lettuce is only in golden pack, so another difference that makes salad be more purchased. Let's take a look at the other foods. Pear obviously extremely good, way better than the rest of these. Banana is pretty decent as well. If you manage to peel the unit that you put the banana onto, you get a free monkey. Other than that, the canned food is second best. I think that is all the way back from when canned food gave +2/+2, which was extremely powerful. Now it only gives +1/+1. Which you might argue is not even worth buying anymore, but if you'd have nothing better to spend your gold on, why not do that? Chocolate is most bought here, not even a point to look at the rest. And for tier 6 I want to show off that all of these foods that are in the turtle pack I really like a lot. Like melon, pizza, steak, 1-up, they all have their uses. And I'm very happy to purchase all of them in different scenarios. You even have the steak plus melon also being puppy pack, so that even greater increases the amount of use that they see. Pancakes, you can see I don't really like a lot. Grounded's number will probably be bigger than mine. But let's take a look at the verses real quick because I think a lot of people would be interested in that. Very balanced spread here, like Beaver, Duck, once again, as I say, they're interchangeable in my mind. Moth is climbing up. I've been starting to appreciate the mod because of its ability to counter camos in Turtle Pack and maybe some strong units in the Star Pack as well. Ant as well. I don't think Ant is in the Puppy Pack, that's why it's so low. We have Bluebird as well, and the Gecko is all the way over here, which is, I guess it kind of makes sense considering that the Ferret is even further back, because if you don't get both of them at the same time, they're basically useless without each other. Ferret, I guess, has some uses being a better mosquito with 1 less HP, but I still don't like it. Tier 2, I think it's obvious that it would be Lemur for versus. The Garlic is just incredibly powerful. I was surprised to see Bat all the way in 3rd place. I don't really buy Bats in versus. But I guess if we were to do versus lobbies with 8 players, Bat would be pretty decent. It would be difficult to play against a Bat when you have 7 more people to worry about in a lobby. We also have the Sturgeon over here. Dromedary has been climbing as well because I've enjoyed using it. Next up we have Hatching Chick, obviously, by a long shot. 2 times more purchases than the second in position, which is the Owl. Owl, once again, I bought so much because it was a buy sellable before. You buy sell it for +2/+2. Nowadays you get mice from it, which is not useful in a lot of teams, so yeah, it's probably going to keep falling down further and further. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Hoopobird is good, Goldfish is good for versus. Puppy kind of competes with the Lemur, so that's why it's so low. Let's take a look at tier 4. We have Lobster at the top, which I think is self-explanatory. It gives you a lot of pivot potential, a lot of stats. Skunk is here, even though I don't play Turtle Pack anymore. Skunk is still so powerful that it prevails. You have Gyrio over here for Puppy Pack with the Foam Sword, which is very nice. You also can get a Melon Armor if you want to, if you're so far ahead of your opponent, but most of the time that's not going to be the case. Other than that, I don't really see any tier 4s that I've purchased a lot in Puppy Pack. You have the Tara over here, but yeah, other than that you can see I don't really enjoy the Puppy Pack tier 4s. Chameleon's only 10. Is there something that I have not purchased in the Puppy Pack? There probably is. Actually, I don't... Yeah, the Whale Shark. I was going to say that I don't see anything, but obviously the Whale Shark is going to be here. It's just awful. Tier 5, once again we have the Cow, but let's look at the Puppy Pack specific units. We have the Eagle in first place in that case, which makes sense. It's very powerful, you can take it into the late game. Same goes for the Stonefish, but I usually prefer the Eagle because Eagle can perhaps trade with a unit, and then when the spawn from the Eagle enters the fight, it can maybe pop a melon or something or claim a win, which is way better than the Stonefish's ability. You also have stuff like the Poodle all the way back here, but still pretty used, Stingray. And for tier 6 we have the T-Rex, obviously. This is my final team, like 80% of the time. T-Rex with a mantis, shrimp, a lionfish and an octopus, yeah. It makes sense for all of these to be here. But I've been taking some dragons recently to good effect. Some mongooses as well for the coconut and peanut toys. I've even taken some elephant seals, which are super useful to have, especially if you couple it with the sauropod so that you can start both scaling and gaining gold from your food purchases. So there's a lot of opportunities to scale in Puppy Pack, especially in the late game. And yeah, finally let's take a look at the foods. We have apple over here. Once again, no surprise. Actually, it might be a surprise to some people that I have never purchased a blueberry that is in all the modes, not just versus. I forgot to mention that a little bit ago. We have the pill once again. Nothing surprising, but the rice keeps climbing up because once again it allows easier pivots. Let's take a look at the tier 3, which is garlic. Once again garlic plus salad because both of them are in the puppy pack. Tier 4 is the pear. I don't think pear exists in puppy pack, but it's just so good in the turtle pack that it's still number 1. You can see though, because of the puppy pack that I've been playing, the pie is in second position and canned food is in third. And chocolate is obviously first place here, not even close. Yeah, no need to even discuss any of this. But for tier 6 we have pizza and melon once again. Steak is kind of difficult to implement in a team, especially if your opponent has snipers, because you usually want to put steak on a weak unit in order for it to trade up with a stronger unit, but if they snipe off the weak unit then you just lose the equipment and the unit, so it's not really as good as the melon. Pizza is still number 1 though, because scaling comes first all the time. But yeah, this is going to be it from me for today. I hope you got something interesting from all of this. And if you did, I hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.